I play nerd.
Get those wonderful toys.
Amazon. Welcome to another toy review. This time we have Michelangelo, the heroic captain of Cowabunga from the Turtles of Grayskull line, which is, of course, the crossover between the Masters of the Universe and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Here he is in his packaging. Let's take a closer look. Just a warning though, this packaging is pretty beat up. This is, you can probably see the creases there. I got this stuff of Amazon, and whenever you get anything off Amazon, you kind of risk the damage, but luckily I am not a collector that keeps everything mint on card. I'm more of an opener, and I'll always be that way. So here's the front. You can see the logos of the two crossover properties between Masters of the Universe and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, collectively called Turtles of Grayskull. Here you see the art with He-Man, Leonardo, and over on the back, here you see the art which shows Michelangelo and Hordak fighting, squaring off. Here you can read what it says on there. Here's the cross-sell with Michelangelo, Skeletor, Tila, and Casey Jones. And here is a little bit about the figure itself. He puts on a He-Man wig, because why not? He's Michelangelo. He's a party dude. He likes to joke around. Up there is the barcode if you need it. And let's get this guy open and take a closer look. It is time for action figure ASMR. Here is Michelangelo out of the packaging, along with his accessories and everything that he comes with. So let's take a look at what he's got. So first, here's the comic book, The Turtles of Grayskull, with the subtitle, The Spirit of Grayshell. There's a look at the back that has a cross-sell. We can take a little peek at the art that's inside. You see some Skeletor action in there. You see some Casey Jones. He's part of the story. There's April O'Neil as a sorceress. There's the real sorceress. What else we got here? Some action. Oh, there's Master Splinter. That's cool. We got Merman in a more mutated form. And of course, there's He-Man showing up. What else does he come with here? Here is kind of an instructional on what parts are removable and swappable. That's something that's great about these Masters of the Universe Origins figures and their spin-offs, is that you can see that they made them so that you could tear apart their legs or arms or head and swap them out to other characters. So you can see that the wig, of course, is removable. The head is removable. The arms, the hands, he's removable at the waist, and the legs. I'm sorry, the feet. Here he comes with two nunchucks, which are slightly altered. They're in the orange color that matches his mask, but they have a little bit of a Eternian flair to it. So let's take a look at Michelangelo. Here he is up close. You can see his design is inspired by the Battle Armor He-Man figure. So you can see right here, it's an M instead of an H for He-Man. He's got that kind of loincloth drop down thing that Eternians wear. He's got his He-Man wig because he's just a funny guy. He's got a shell that's actually doubles as a shield, which is kind of weird. All the Turtles figures come with this. I thought it was kind of odd, but his shells doubles as a shield. So actually, you know what? Let's show off what else he's wearing. You see that his harness goes all the way to the back. Yeah, shoulder pads. Let's remove the wig. You see his mask drips pretty far low. And just in case you're wondering, yeah, he's wearing underwear. He has two holes in the bottom in case you want to use pegs to stand him up. He's got his two shoulder pads. And let's see these swappable parts. So, right off the bat, let's cut him in half, Darth Maul style. Boom, he cuts in half. And you can remove the boots. This might be traumatizing for little kids to see. There's the other one. You can even take off some of his clothes and put them on other characters, so you can see all the pieces of them. Yeah, this might be a little traumatic for some kids to see. Let's take out the arms. Boom. Got the other arm. And let's decapitate this bitch. Boom. Now just a floating head. Ooh. So here he is, all disassembled with his feet, his arms, his legs, his crotch, his torso, and his head. Now I'll put them back together. Let's take a look at his articulation. So for that, I'm gonna remove his nunchucks just for convenience, and his wig, and his shell. But you can see his head moves all the way around like the Exorcist. Shoulders up and down, back and forth. Elbows are single jointed, and then at the wrist they twist, and then you can also move up and down. Of course, he has the articulation at the waist and the legs. The knees are single jointed, and the feet, so they turn at the calf where the boot meets it, and actually at the feet too, to go up and down. One more thing for articulation, which is actually pretty cool, is that the back of his mask that trails down his back, down his shell, is actually articulated. So you can move it up with the wind, move it up more, move it down, move it to the side. So you can kind of get a little bit different looks to him and pose him a little more how you want him to. One thing to know is that, like most Michelangelo action figures, he typically has some place to store his nunchucks on his belt, but this one does not. If you look at his shell, he's got a little bit of space there, so you can fit one, but you can't fit both. So you can go one here, one there, one handle there, one handle there, and put it on his back. Actually, this is upside down. So we'll connect his shell, and then you could stick one pair on, but not two pairs. So I guess you could hold the other one. I guess you can take off the shell, and if you're feeling really weird, you could stick it in the slots where the shell gets connected to if you're just feeling a little cheeky. Otherwise, his storage is really his storage for his nunchucks is really just for one on a shell. Here are the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle brothers reunited in their Eternia gear. You have Leonardo, who still leads, this time with his twin swords that are inspired by the Sword of Power. Donatello, who still does machines and gets some assistance from Man-at-Arms. Raphael, who's crude but rude. It's still maybe even ruder because he has Radman's gear, so now he can go around headbutting things. And of course, Michelangelo, still the party dude, with his battle armor and his wig to keep the party going on other planets. Here we have the four brothers alongside the other Turtles of Grayskull figures that I have in my collection currently, with Man-at-Arms with his turtle-inspired shield and weaponry. We have He-Man, who's been mutated into some weird-ass monster. We have Shredder, who has his Horde-inspired gear. And we have Trapjaw, who has a mouser connected to him and implemented into the rest of his body. So he now goes by the name of Mousejaw. Now the questions are inevitably going to come up. Does that wig fit on the other turtles? Now with Donatello, his Man-at-Arms inspired headgear is actually attached to his head. So that's not something that's removable. But I could try on the other two since Raphael's Ram Man inspired helmet is removable. So let's take off the helmet. Let's get, oh, Mikey fell. All right, rude guy. Does it fit? Now his armor kind of gets in the way. That's not going to be great. What if I take off the armor? So with Raph having removed the armor, now you see his buff physique. The wig does indeed fit on him. And in case you were wondering, the Ram Man helmet does indeed fit on Michelangelo. Now you can party on and headbutt people. And finally, for funsies, let's see if the wig can fit on the leader of the group, Leonardo. probably will need to remove some of his gear. Here's Leonardo with his harness removed, showing off his buff physique. No Diddy. And does the wig fit on him? Yes, it does. Does he look silly? Yes, he does. So there you go. There's Leonardo. I don't know if we should get his eyes to show. There you go. Leonardo with a He-Man wig. And that's going to do it for this review of the Turtles of Grayskull, Michelangelo. Here he is one last time with his other three brothers. So you have all four Ninja Turtles together with their Eternia-inspired gear. Let's actually get this wig back on Michelangelo. Trying to decide how I want to display him. Am I going to display him with the wig or without the wig? Right now, I think I'm going to do it with the wig just because it shows off his goofiness. Cowabunga.